Thank you. Okay, the February 28th, 2025 Oregon State Lottery Commission meeting is now in session. It's noted for the record that commissioners are attending this meeting via the web. Commissioner Weller is excused and the quorum of commissioners is present for today's meeting. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Conrad,
Here.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Here.
Commissioner Wilcox,
Here.
Chair Sathoff.
Here. Will the clerk also inform the commission of who else is in the meeting?
Yes, joining us today is Nate Carter from the Department of Justice.
Thank you and welcome. Members of the public have had the opportunity to provide written public comments to the commission for this meeting. Can the clerk please confirm that no public comment was received?
That is correct. We did not receive any public comment for this month's meeting.
Thank you. With that, let's move to the director's report. Director Wells?
Thank you. Good morning, commissioners and Chair Sathoff. I want to start today with some lottery news, specifically about the commission. Earlier this month, the Senate confirmed Governor Kotek's appointment of Jennifer Geller to the Lottery Commission effective March 1st. Commissioner Geller will be replacing Chair Sathoff's open seat after she reached the end of her term, plus an extension until her replacement was found. On behalf of the Oregon Lottery, we would like to thank you, Chair Sathoff, for serving as the chair of this commission for close to 10 years. Thank you for your steady leadership through many ups and downs over the years. You've been here through gubernatorial changes, director changes. You led us through COVID, product launches, shifts in lottery leadership, shifts in strategy, and so many other things that we have addressed over the last 10 years. You've always been here maintaining a calm, steady, supportive leadership role, and we really appreciate that. Not only have you donated 10 years to the lottery, but you continue to be a lifelong servant to Oregon. And thank you for your commitment, not only to lottery, but to the state of Oregon. Personally, I'd like to add that, your leadership and coaching has been unwavering for me, and your support as a new director has been incredible. I appreciate your guidance, your curiosity, the trust you've put in me, and the support, both through personal and professional challenges that have gone on over the last couple of years. So thank you for everything. We are going to miss you. But excited that you're going to have a little bit of time back in your day. So in addition to appointing Commissioner Geller, the governor also appointed Commissioner Ramirez to fill the role as chair of the Lottery Commission. So Commissioner Ramirez, we also look forward to you working with you, hopefully for another 10 years. You have some big shoes to fill, but I know that you can do that for us. So thank you to both of you for continuing to participate. And again, thank you, Chair Sathoff, for everything that you have done.
I have some remarks, but I'm saving them to the end of the meeting. So
Sounds good. So we'll move on to some legislative updates. As you're aware, the legislature continues to meet and are considering a few bills related to the lottery. We are actively engaged with those bills and tracking them, and in your packets you should have some more detail on those and what is upcoming. We continue to monitor those and we'll continue to keep you guys apprised. Also this week, last week, Governor Kotek released guidelines for executive branch agencies to update rulemaking protocols by May 1st. So we're working to make sure that we have those necessary updates. Many of them are to websites for transparency reasons, but there are some other requirements that we're working through, and we'll keep you guys apprised of any changes as we work our way through those expectations. Over the President's Day holiday weekend, some structural updates were made to the Salem Payment Center lobby, providing some added protection and security to our staff. These changes align with changes that we previously made to the Wilsonville Payment Center, and we're just looking for the right opportunity to actually get those done here in Salem. So great thanks to our facilities staff for their quick work. They were able to remove walls and doors and windows and put it all back together by Monday morning. So we had no interruption of claims or interruption to our customers. So thank you to everybody that came and worked through the weekend to make sure that got done. And nobody really knew that this was happening. It got done over the weekend and looked great when we came back. Later in the meeting, we are going to be providing our security team an update regarding our biennial security review. As you know, every other year we engage with a third-party contractor to review lottery security. And I'm going to let them provide you some more details about that, but just really want to take a moment to thank our IT security team and the contractors that we've worked with over the last several years to improve our security. This is very difficult work. It takes a lot of time, and they have made quick work of it. They have accomplished a lot in the last couple of years to bring our security to a much better place and improve our security posture overall. So just great thanks to them and a shout out to everybody that's been working on this. We will always need to continue this type of work to ensure that we keep ourselves secure. But the work that's been done to date has been incredible, and just really want to give them a shout out. I also want to point out that the packet of materials for today's meeting does include the draft January financial statement and a memo with follow-up information from last month's meeting. So if you have any additional questions, certainly we can provide some additional details to those. Moving on to sales, overall sales are up 10.6% and transfers are up 6.9% compared to last year. Our top game for the last 6 weeks was the $30 Scratch It, which we launched in January, paying tribute to our 40th anniversary. Year to date, the $20 Scratch It price point has also increased ahead of last year by $6 million, or a 35% increase. Powerball sales are down from last year due to the size of our jackpots, as we've talked about before. But the $1.15 billion Mega Millions jackpot in December did help push sales for that game ahead of last year. Because of the $113 million jackpot, which was won in January, a 10.4% Mega Millions lead over last year may erode in the coming weeks just because of the jackpot reset. But only time will tell as to where that goes. After only 6 weeks, I'm happy to report that the cash pop sales have topped 1.4 million, while Lucky Lines took 29 weeks to reach only 854,000 this business year. So to date, we're very happy with where cash pop is coming in. Video lottery is trending very closely to last year, down slightly by 0.3%. And then saving some exciting news for the end, let's talk about sports betting. More than 456,000 bets were placed for the Super Bowl, setting a new record for any single sporting event in Oregon. Wagers for the Super Bowl totaled 8.26 million, with the average wager coming in at $18.11. The Super Bowl generated more than 2.8 million in revenue for Oregon, which is the most for a single sports event since we launched sports betting in 2019. So just super exciting news on the sports betting front. Moving on to a few winner stories. Doug G of Cave Junction bought 2 Scratch-Its from his favorite store, Ray's Market in Selma. He scratched them in the parking lot, and on the second ticket revealed a match to the top prize of $80,000. He first shared the news with his wife, then went back to work and told his boss. He was promptly sent home and given the day off as well. He plans to use the winnings to buy a new truck to pull his travel trailer. William P. from Lake Oswego was enjoying a night out at the old barn in Portland when he put $40 in the machine to play video lottery. His night became even more exciting when he hit the jackpot prize of $17,935.50, playing Big City 5 Diamonds. He'll be sharing the money with his wife and intends to buy a used car. And last, the Super Bowl player with the biggest win of the day was a customer from Eugene who placed a $25 bet on a 13-leg multi-sport parlay, including an Eagles victory for the Super Bowl. That wager netted our player $49,370 as his winnings. And that concludes the director's report for this month. And I'll pass it back to you, Chair Sathoff.
Thank you, Director Wells. Lots of good news there, both for the lottery financially and obviously some winners. And so just congratulations. With that, the minutes of the previous commission meeting have been circulated to the commission in advance of the meeting. If there are no changes to the minutes, is there a motion to approve?
I move that the minutes of the Oregon State Lottery Commission meeting held on January 31st, 2025 be approved as final as presented today.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Conrad,
Aye.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilcox,
Aye.
Chair Sathoff.
Aye. For the record, the motion is passed. Thank you. Let's go to the biennial security review. That would be, I think, do we have Syed and Ken?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, Chair, Commissioners, Director Wells. For the record, my name is Syed Hussain, Senior Manager, Information Security. I just wanted to say we continue to make progress in our overall cybersecurity posture, which continue to evolve through proactive risk management. Additionally, we also perform continuous monitoring of our key systems 24/7 with the help of our world-class partners to quickly detect and address any issues before they become threats. We are also focused on employee awareness through ongoing training and education. And I just wanted to give this additional background before I hand this over to Ken Magnus to present the biannual security assessment report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair Sathoff, Director Wells, and members of the Commission. For the record, my name is Ken Magnus, and I am the Cybercrime Manager here at Oregon Lottery. I work within the Security Department, and I participated in the development and execution of this year's biennial security assessment. As a reminder, Oregon statute requires a lottery to biannually engage an independent firm to conduct a comprehensive security risk assessment of lottery operations. With that in mind, the full detailed report from this year's engagement shall be kept confidential and may not be shared with specific bodies. It can only be shared with specific bodies, which does include the Lottery Commission. But for that reason, the specific findings of that report cannot be discussed in this public forum, but I will provide a very high-level summary of that work. Oregon State Lottery has invested significantly in modernization in recent years, and we have started to move from the traditional on-premise architecture to more of a cloud-based and vendor-provided solution. While there are many upsides to this approach, the inherent trade-off means a larger cyber attack surface, which must be monitored and protected. As we have all seen in the news, cyber attacks have grown at a significant rate and are a real threat to organizations of all types and sizes. Attacker capabilities are growing in sophistication, and cybercrime groups are utilizing increasing advanced technologies to include AI to evade detection, to maintain persistence in networks, and execute their attacks. Lottery fully understands the critical impacts that a cyber attack could have on its business operations. And this past year, we hired a vendor with a proven track record on cybersecurity consulting to review and help improve our current and our future cybersecurity standing. We selected to work with Signia. Signia has engaged with companies including many Fortune 100 companies, federal, state, and local government agencies, and is recognized by Gartner and Forrester. The scope of this assessment was broad and extremely in-depth, evaluating security risks across all Oregon Lottery operations. Their work can best be summarized into 3 separate domains. The first being a cyber posture enhancement, which was a review of the lottery's cybersecurity posture based on achievements and updated threat landscape. Findings associated with this review will assist lottery to improve its security challenges based on its priorities and needs. Second was an advanced red teaming. This is an exercise-based process in which Signia attempted a variety of cyber attack methodologies against our network, both internally and externally. Findings from this engagement will enhance Oregon Lottery's prevention, detection, and response capabilities. Lastly, was the physical security assessment. Signia reviewed our newly implemented physical security controls, and the findings from this engagement will further improve and enhance lottery security and physical defenses against intrusion into restricted areas. As a result of this engagement, Signia provided lottery with findings that will further enhance our current security, response, and resilience. They provided very detailed recommendations with a level of granularity required to ensure that we can successfully mitigate and implement those findings. All recommendations are pragmatic, actionable, and impact-driven, and work on those mitigations has already begun. There are no major technology upgrade recommendations made in the Signia findings. Lottery currently has all the platforms and tools in place that are necessary to complete their recommendations. I'd also like to add that currently the lottery's critical systems are appropriately backed up. The lottery has established and continues to improve its business continuity program. This concludes my report. Thank you all for your time. And if there are any general questions I can answer or we can answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions or comments from the commission? Hearing none, I did want to alert you to the one key statement in the report that you provided us that I'm very appreciative of. No critical vulnerabilities were identified that would enable an attacker to breach the lottery's perimeter. That was very meaningful for me to see that, and makes me sleep better at night. So thank you so much for your report. With that, moving on, should we talk about the major procurement? And that's Director Wells again.
Yes, thank you. So in your packet, you should have a memo regarding a major procurement with greater detail, but we will be seeking your approval during next month's meeting for this. The request is to enter into a major procurement with IGT, International Game Technologies, to acquire fixed pricing on the purchase of new video lottery terminal hardware, software, and associated services. This is going to be a new master service agreement that will be replacing a contract we entered into back in 2018 to facilitate the field trial and purchase of our Crystal Dual VLTs. The previous MSA has required numerous amendments and only allows the lottery to purchase a specific VLT model offered by IGT. The new MSA will incorporate current business practices for entering into field trials, purchases, and game development contracts, and will afford the video lottery product team the controls necessary to evaluate and purchase more than one model. Executing the new MSA will sustain the video product team's current vendor diversity for product development and will be helpful to us in continuing that relationship with IGT that has been very successful to us historically. So again, you have a packet in your memo with some additional information on this, but this will be up for your consideration at next month's meeting.
Thank you. Questions or comments at this time for Director Wells? The two-step process of telling us about it and then reviewing and getting approval has been very effective. So I'd encourage anyone on the commission, if, as we're thinking through to the next meeting, if you have questions, to contact the lottery about it. With that, I think that brings us to commissioner communications and other business. So any commissioner communications or other business at this time? I have some.
I have one too, a short one.
I'm happy to go first. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to tell all of you that this is really kind of bittersweet for me. Those of you that know my history and my career know that I've been a longtime supporter of the lottery prior to even my role on the commission. I do believe that it does good things for Oregon, and I have always been unbelievably impressed with the commitment of the staff and the leadership and the commission to that mission of doing good things for Oregon. I know we have our constitutional statutory mandate, but frankly, in everything that I have been engaged in with the lottery, the bottom line has always been, is this the right thing to do for the state? Is this the right thing to do, period? So I also want to commend staff and leadership. I have worked with many state agencies over the course of my career, and I continue to say that the lottery has been one of the best of the best. The staff, the leadership, I've just been so impressed with their competencies, their skill, and as I said, their dedication to the lottery and to the state. I really didn't have prepared remarks, so I was just going to tell you that I wanted to thank all of you. It has been an honor to work with all of you. All the staff, that through all the various changes in the staff, the various changes in the directorship, all the changes in the commission, I have enjoyed working with all of you so much, and I've learned from every one of you, both past commissioners, current commissioners. It's just been a true honor. So I'm getting a little broken up here. I will miss you all. Thank you. Julie, you're on.
Yeah, she kind of got me broke up there a little bit too. As you could all see, her outstanding dedication to the lottery is very evident there. She's a strong, very intelligent woman and has been an outstanding mentor for me. Not just being a female commission member, but for everyone. Just has been so great. She's also a kind person with a sense of humor that I think we could all learn from. She's the outstanding leadership that she's given to the lottery is going to be missed so much. And I will definitely miss you and seeing your bright face each month.
Thank you very much. And I didn't want to neglect to say that you're actually getting an upgrade. Commissioner Ramirez is going to be a great chair. So with that, I'm going to tell you that this concludes today's meeting of the Oregon State Lottery Commission. The next meeting is scheduled for March 28th. And I want to thank you all for attending. Thanks. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks.